Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us. We are so excited to have you tonight. I am here to basically say welcome, enjoy the show. My name is Isela Bravo, and I am the Community Liaison for the County Executive. And I would like to bring Ms. Hannah Roberts up to start us off. And Ms. Hannah is going to be doing our Pledge of Allegiance, and it's Hannah Chandler. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. May everyone rise. Thank you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to now call up our Frederick County Mass Choir.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch, they're so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of God of our wearies, God of our silent tears, thou who hast brought us thus far on our way, thou who hast by thy might led us into the light. Keep us forever in the path, we pray. Lest our feet stray from the places, our God, where we met thee. Lest our hearts, drunk with the wine of the world, we forget thee. Shadow beneath thy hands, may we forever stand true to our God, true to our native land.
Thank you so much. That was absolutely wonderful, and what a wonderful way to start our evening. I would now like to call up Max Duget. Max Duget is the chair of our Black Leaders in Action, Creating Change Employee Resource Group.
So good evening, everyone. Happy to be here with everyone. My name is Max Duget. I'm here this evening as a member and a representative of Frederick County Government's Black Affinity Group. For those who don't know, Black is spelled BLACC and stands for Black Leaders in Action Creating Change. Black's vision is to assist in professional and personal development and cultivate an environment where the Black culture and history are acknowledged and celebrated. We meet regularly to exchange ideas and implement plans around cultural celebrations like this evening, Juneteenth, and Kwanzaa, as well as for mentorship, collaboration, education, and social engagement. We're honored to be part of this evening's Black History Month celebration, recognizing the incredible contributions of Black labor in Frederick County and across America. This year's theme of labor brings to light the strength, the resilience, and the determination of Black workers who have contributed immensely to building and shaping our community and our nation. From the fields to the factories, from domestic workers to union organizers, from entertainers to educators, Black labor has always been at the heart of America's progress. We not only see continued contributions and success within these fields, but also at the forefront of today's advanced technology, engineering, research and development, medicine and healthcare, public administration, entrepreneurship, and more. While honoring the contributions of those before us, we must also recognize and never forget the unimaginable hardships and challenges they faced. The Black community, in particular the family and the church, combined with a hardened resilience, has empowered many to overcome and succeed. Today, we see that their examples have paved the path for today's Black labor to follow, emboldening us to succeed and to excel. In closing, our affinity group, Black, was established 2 years ago, and its members represent our county's social services, economic and workforce development, human relations, our library system, public works, and much more. At the launch of our affinity group, County Executive Jessica Fitzgerald took time out of her day to join us and has continued to support us and all the affinity groups within Frederick County government. On behalf of all of our members, I want to thank County Executive Fitzgerald and invite her up as our next guest. Excuse me, Fitzwater.
It's okay. It happens all the time.
Sorry about that.
Max just needs to ask his kids because I taught them music. They know I'm Miss Fitzwater, so thank you. No worries. Give Max a round of applause, please. Good evening, everyone. Wow, it's so exciting to see this room almost filled to capacity. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight to recognize Black History Month in Frederick County. I'm Frederick County Executive Jessica Fitzwater, and I'm thrilled to be gathered with you here today in Winchester Hall, our county seat, to celebrate the unique legacy of Black Frederictonians and the critical role they play in our county's rich history and bright future. Can we offer another round of applause for the Frederick County Mass Choir and Hannah Chandler for leading us in the pledge? Thank you, guys. And before I move on, I do want to make sure I recognize a few of our elected officials that took time out of their day to join us here this evening. We have John Funderburk here, who is a field representative for Congresswoman April Delaney. Thank you, John, for being here. And we have many members of our Frederick County Council here, Council President Brad Young, Council Vice President Cavante Duckett, who you'll also be hearing from a little bit later, Council Member MC Keegan-Air, and Council Member Jerry Donald. Thank you for your partnership. Oh, and Council Member Renee Knapp. Sorry, I missed you, Renee. We also have with us our President of our Board of Education, Ray Gallagher. I think I saw Ray come in. As well as the Mayor of the City of Frederick, Michael O'Connor. So thank you all for joining us. So in times like these, it really feels more important than ever for us to remain grounded in our vision for Frederick County, that we strive to be a vibrant and unique community where all people can live, work, and thrive while enjoying a strong sense of place and belonging. Frederick County is an inclusive and welcoming place, and our public servants and community partners work to provide the best possible service to all people. And unlike what we are seeing from some of our federal agencies, Black History Month is not canceled here in Frederick County because Black history is American history and is Frederick County history. I am so proud of what our Office of Equity and Inclusion does each day to make Frederick County government an inclusive employer with a diverse workforce that centers equity in all our efforts and invests in eliminating disparities from the county's historically marginalized populations. And I want to recognize we have a lot of our county staff here tonight to support this. And so if you guys could all just wave wherever you are in county government, please wave so that we can thank you for the work that you do on our behalf every day. Thank you all. So when we learned that President Trump signed an executive order to end diversity, equity, and inclusion programs, I immediately communicated with all of our employees to ensure they heard loudly and clearly and directly from me that that misguided decision will not affect our work to make Frederick County government as welcoming and inclusive as possible. I'm also inspired by our employees who over the past few years have organized employee resource groups around shared experiences and values. So thank you to Max, wherever Max went. Thank you to Max for your leadership and your work with the Black ERG, Black Leaders in Action Creating Change. I respect the efforts of our employees who are working to strengthen our workplaces and our community. We need your guidance and leadership to make sure that Frederick County government stays on the right path. As your county executive, I'm committed to leading a government that respects the dignity of every human being, builds partnerships to solve problems, and provides excellent service to our people. And I know that our work now, truly more than ever, is to demonstrate that local government can and will deliver results and improve people's lives. And we must continue to celebrate progress and hold true to our core values. And that's what makes opportunities like tonight feel all the more important. Celebrating our communities, especially so many who have historically and often intentionally been left out of the spotlight, is an easy decision for Frederick County government. We will continue to hold true to our values of inclusion and belonging. So tonight, it is truly my great honor to be with you to celebrate Black History Month. I'm so thankful for the efforts put forth by our Black ERG to help shape tonight's event. We value and appreciate your guidance. I also want to thank the speakers that you will be hearing from this evening. Rhonda Tessier, who has been working with Elizabeth Comer at Catoctin Furnace, will be sharing some exciting history and updates from the work that they're doing in the northern part of the county. Our own County Council Vice President, Cavante Duckett, will be sharing words, and we also have some members of our Student Youth Council here to talk about the future of labor and our Black community in Frederick. Rachel Spencer, Sidel Anku, and Mickey Wafula, thank you for being here too. And we will have our own Sandra D. Brown-Jenkins here to speak as well. So we really are in for a treat. We also have the good fortune, as you may have noticed if you got here early, of having two performing groups bless us with their presence this evening. The Walkersville Step Team, advised by Dr. Camille Bell, and a team from Nolene Edmonds Leading Edge Academy of Dance, a ballet-based academy here in Frederick. We are excited to see your performances and appreciate the opportunity to learn from you through your powerful expression this evening. And now it's my honor to officially proclaim February as Black History Month in Frederick County. Whereas since 1976, the United States has celebrated Black History Month in February to recognize and honor the profound contributions, achievements, and resilience of Black Americans throughout our nation's history. And whereas Black history is an integral part of American history, encompassing the struggle for freedom and equality, the pursuit of excellence in arts, science, education, public service, and countless other fields, and the enduring legacy of courage, leadership, and determination that continues to inspire us all. And whereas the theme for Black History Month 2025, African Americans and Labor, intends to encourage broad reflections on intersections between Black people's work and their workplaces in all their iterations and key moments, themes, and events in Black history and culture across time and throughout the US, Africa, and the diaspora. And whereas Black leaders throughout our county's history, such as E. Mitchell Johnson, who started the first Black newspaper in Western Maryland, Dr. Ulysses G. Bourne, who set up a practice on All Saints Street, co-founded the Union Hospital, and founded the local chapter of the NAACP and the Maryland Negro Medical Society. His daughter, Dr. Blanche Bourne Tyree, who was the first woman from Frederick County to obtain a medical license, and many others who have worked tirelessly to create a more fair, just, and equitable society. And whereas our country was founded on the idea of equality for all, we are proud that here in Frederick County, we know we are stronger when we are inclusive and consider all members of our community. We know it is our privilege to serve every member of this county and take the responsibility very seriously. We value the varied perspectives and experiences that make us stronger. Tonight, our celebration demonstrates our guiding principles as we celebrate and honor Black History Month and celebrate pride in the impact of the mental, physical, and emotional labor within the Black community of Frederick. Now, therefore, as the County Executive of Frederick County, Maryland, I hereby proclaim the month of February 2025 as Black History Month in Frederick County and encourage all residents to join me in embracing Black American history. Thank you all for joining us for this. All All right. And next, we have Ms. Rhonda Tessier, co-president of the Friends of Catoctin Furnace. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for the invite. It's an honor to be here. The Catoctin Furnace African American Cemetery represent what was thought to be the most complete African American cemetery connected with early industry in the United States. More than 100 individuals at the iron working furnace labored there, and they lived in the surrounding areas as well. From 1770 to the mid 1800s, many were buried there. Many of these individuals were enslaved workers, some whom appeared to have come directly from Africa because of their valuable iron working skills. Other individuals probably were free black population, of the free black population, also lived and worked at the furnace. The labor pool included of skilled artisans such as forge workers, colliers, masons, and carpenters. The Catoctin Historical Society is committed to increasing public awareness of the role of African Americans in the iron industry at the Catoctin Furnace and elsewhere, to highlight the impact African Americans on industrial history of the United States. First established in 1774, Catoctin Furnace played a crucial role in America's history. More than 125 years of manufactured iron used to produce household tools, Franklin stove, for a growing country. It also produced historically important arms and ammunitions, including bombshells fired by George Washington's army in defeating the British at the Battle of Yorktown. The role of Catoctin Furnace in the industrial development of Maryland and the country is well known. What is not well known is that majority of the 18th and the early 19th century workers at the furnace were enslaved African Americans. While many of these individuals are buried at the Catoctin Furnace African American Cemetery, their visibility in historical interpretations of the furnace and early industrial America has thus been very minimum. Though the cemetery is privately owned, but not for long, because we have received our grant money and we are in the process of changing the ownership. The society is dedicated to preserving the site and making it known its importance to the history of this country. At least 271 enslaved people of African ancestry make up the bulk of the Catoctin Furnace earliest workers. Okay. It's dirty and dangerous. Making iron and forging metal was dirty, dangerous work. Back-breaking labor, burns, represented in the Catoctin Furnace Cemetery. Labor at the furnace, with the resource and the research, the cause of iron tendencies led to greater understanding about the making and the process of making iron and the labor involved. It was a diverse and skilled workforce. A woodcutter had to cut or fell down, well, they used the word fell, bringing down enough wood to provide adequate amounts of charcoal. An acre of hardwood for every 24 hours of blast. And they had to cut each piece of wood in a 4-foot length, no more than 6 inches in diameter. You had your colliers that transported the chopped wood. They transformed the chopped wood into charcoal to fuel the furnace. They built multiple hearths, slowly burning wood to turn it into charcoal. The coaling process took approximately 12 days of burning and 4 days of cooling. Then there was the filler, who dumped the coal, the ore, the limestone into the tunnel head, enduring flames, smoke, and cinders, which are small pieces of partly burnt coal or wood that would give off flames, stop giving off flames, but still it had the combustible matter in it. This was one of the hardest and hottest jobs at the furnace. One of the African Americans in the cemetery had extremely high amounts of zinc in his bones. Perhaps he was a filler, breathing zinc-enriched fumes at the top of the stack. Founders made sure the furnace was at peak efficiency constantly by adjusting the bellows, the ratio of the coal, and the ore and the flex. Since the furnace was in blast around the clock, the founders were assisted by a keeper. They maintained constant watch, otherwise they ran the risk of the furnace freezing up. And this meant that the molten iron within the furnace would harden before the process was completed. The only fix would be to deconstruct the furnace and then rebuild it. That never happened at Concoction Furnace. Teamsters with mule-drawn wagons hauled charcoal and ore to the furnace. Before 1830, the Teamsters also moved finished product to market. Then you had the ore miners, used axe picks to break iron ore into chunks. Then they would wash them in a stream, remove the soil and the impurities. And this is just a listing of a few of the slaves that shows their names, and a little bit more information, as well as some of the owners. Who built the village? In the decades before the Civil War, European immigrants began replacing the enslaved and the free African American workers, as it was more economical to hire cheap labor than to support an enslaved workforce. Who do you think were the laborers of building those buildings? In 1979, the construction of a new highway uncovered 35 individuals, thought to represent a third of the cemetery. A ground-penetrating radar survey in 2014 identified 23 additional burials. The Museum of the Iron Workers housed forensic facial constructions of 2 individuals, a young woman aged 30 to 35, a young man aged 15 to 16, and his spine showed the compression, and had he survived, he would have been bent over. DNA tests and other forensic studies are revealed not only these early Marylanders' faces, but also signs of the harsh existence they endured. Also, their ancestral origin and the family unit that sustained them. Now, it's a place of reflection, of remembrance, and the names of 271 skilled enslaved iron workers and their families are listed on the African American Interpreted Trail, which we will be expanding. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Rhonda. And yes, if you haven't been to Catoctin Furnace, please go up there. It is quite a learning experience. I'd now like to ask Vice President of Council, Kavante Duckett up.
Thank you, Yasela. Thank you. As Yasela mentioned, if you have not yet been to Catoctin Furnace, I do encourage you to go and check it out. Myself, Guyan Sampson, and Sandra Brown Jenkins, better known as Dee, actually had the opportunity to go, and they did a video of us as we were walking in to see the facial reconstructions for the first time. And so definitely a heartwarming environment being in that space at that time. And so I do encourage you, if you have the opportunity, to go and check it out. Before I get into my prepared remarks, that wasn't prepared either, but before I get into the prepared remarks, Council President Young, I think if we want to see a crowd at our next council meeting, we should reach out to Deacon John Only and have the Frederick County Mass Choir come back and sing, and then we'll see the seats filled. So thank you all for being here. To protocol already being established, I do want to acknowledge my friend, the mayor of the city of Frederick, Michael O'Connor. Thank you for being here. I'm just so glad to see so many faces in this place on tonight. I'll be very honest, when I was asked to speak, I was hesitant. Not because this event isn't important, but because I believe there was another voice that we all needed to hear from. Another voice that we all needed to hear from. I had hoped that the student member of our Board of Education, Mr. Elijah Steele, would be able to join us tonight, but unfortunately he had prior commitments and he could not be here. So of course you are stuck with me. But I do want to take a moment to commend Elijah for his dedication, for his leadership on the Board of Education, and for using his voice to advocate for all of our students. And so I do ask that if you have not met Elijah yet, he has a few more months left on the Board of Education. So please try to reach out to him and support him in any way that we can. So to Elijah, I say thank you. I also want to express my gratitude to the Black Affinity Group for their vision for tonight's program. So if you are a member of Black, I ask that you stand right now to be recognized. You know who you are. I shouldn't have to call you out, and no one in here is standing. There we go. Y'all should be excited to be a part of Black and Frederick County government. Thank you all for your hard work and your dedication. And to my friend, our county executive, Jessica Fitzwater, thank you for not only recognizing Black history tonight, but for continually celebrating and uplifting Black history within Frederick County government. So thank you, Madam County Executive. Black labor has been the backbone of American progress. From the forced labor of our ancestors who built this country's infrastructure, to the courageous workers who organized for fair wages, dignity, and justice. Black communities have shaped the workforce and fought for economic equality at every single turn. During the civil rights movement, the fight for labor rights, racial justice were deeply connected. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. recognized this. His final days were spent in Memphis, standing in solidarity with sanitation workers who were demanding fair pay and humane working conditions. His legacy reminds us that the struggle for economic justice is inseparable from the fight for civil rights. Even today, Black workers remain the backbone of Frederick County's economy, leading as business owners, educators, healthcare professionals, public servants, and community leaders. But we must also acknowledge that disparities persist. Gaps in wages, hiring opportunities, and career advancement still exist. And we have a responsibility to continue to break down those barriers. Here in Frederick County, Black workers and entrepreneurs have contributed to our community for generations. And tonight I want to honor some of those legacies, individuals like Mr. Bernard Buddy Hill, owner of Hill's Barbershop on West All Saint Street. It's on Saint Street. I'm gonna get there. William Wiki Bowie and his wife Peggy, owners of Bowie Transportation. Gary and Denise Rollins, owners of Rollins Life Celebration Center. Stevie L. Brooks, my barber, owner of SLB Barbershop. Jason and April Lee, owners of Lee Building Maintenance. Mary Tootie Johnson, owner of Nehemiah's Hair Salon. Teresa Harrison, owner of George Street Services. And Darren Sheffield, owner of Mydar, a lot of Mydar fashion, Mydar Salon, Mydar Cigar, everything Mydar, see Darren. Their success stories and so many others are a testament to the resilience, strength, and entrepreneurial spirit that continues to drive our economy forward. I encourage you all, if you have not already done so, but check out blackfrederick.com. One of their founders is in the audience. Soul Street, the Western Maryland Black Chamber of Commerce, to learn more about our growing Black businesses and ways that we all can support. So as we reflect on this history, let's also commit to the future. Let's support policies that protect workers' rights. Let's advocate for equal pay and equitable opportunities. And let's empower the next generation to build on this legacy of progress. Black labor built this nation, and Black labor will continue to push this nation forward. And so let us continue to honor the strength, the courage, and the contributions of Black workers, past, present, and future. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I'd now like to invite Ms. Rachel Spencer, Mickey Wafula, and Sadella Anku up to the stage. They are with our Frederick Youth Council. Thank you. Yes, please. Thank you.
So we wanted to explore more about African American history in Frederick County. Our journey began with the African American Heritage Walking Tour. ARCH is an organization dedicated to preserving and sharing the history of African Americans within our county. Our tour began at the historic Asbury United Methodist Church.
We just met with Miss Rose Cheney, one of the founding members of ARCH. She told us stories about the past experiences of African Americans in Frederick, and toured us through the Asbury United Methodist Church, where we saw the glass-stained windows and pipe organ that is still in use today. She talked about how the church had a big role in the upbringing of ARCH and how this was a cornerstone for many African Americans in Frederick.
We had an interesting time walking down All Saints Street, which was the Black hub of Frederick County. Our tour ended at the Mountain City Lodge. This was the location of the 15-bed hospital for African Americans from 1919 to 1928. The hospital was operated by Dr. Ulysses G. Bourne, the first African-American physician in Frederick. The tour gave me a deeper appreciation for the history and legacy of the African-American community in Frederick County. It was a powerful reminder of the importance of preserving and honoring these stories for future generations.
Good evening, everyone. It's such an honor and a privilege to be here with you all today. My name is Rachel Spencer, and I'm proud to serve amongst my friends here on the inaugural Frederick Youth Council. Before we get into everything that we wanted to talk about today, I wanted to take a minute to really acknowledge the people that have come before us. We wouldn't be here today living the American dream if it wasn't for the Black people in this community here in Frederick who have had such a tremendous impact on our society. You have forged a path for us. I see in the audience Dr. Renee Thomas Spencer, my mom, Councilman Duckett, so many incredible people. So thank you for creating a path for us to be standing here today. Speaking of these incredible people, I wanted to talk about how amazing it was to be able to attend the African American Excellence Awards, where I was able to see these incredible people be recognized. And so through their service to this community and being able to understand what it means to make an impact, they've been able to inspire us, champion for the voices of Black youth in this community to share their messages. And I think that it's so important to understand that we have a voice, that we have messages, that we have the power to make a difference in this community. And as someone who wants to serve and go into public service and have that chance to make a difference, it's truly been an honor. So thank you so much.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mickey, and I'm from the Frederick County Youth Council. Everyone else here is. And when I think about labor in the future, I hope to see African Americans well represented in the workforce and in positions of leadership in Frederick County. I think it's imperative that we African Americans are given the resources to prepare us for working jobs in the future. This could be an easy to access like summer camp or clinic that teaches skills we would need to be well prepared for jobs in areas where African Americans are underrepresented, like STEM, education, and leadership positions. I think the more involvement we are able to have in the community, the louder our voice will be, and the greater the impact African Americans will have in Frederick County. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Sadella Nku, and I'm going to read a poem called Dreams by Langston Hughes. Hold fast to dreams, for if dreams die, life is a broken-winged bird that cannot fly. Hold fast to dreams, for when dreams go, life is a barren field, frozen with snow. I took from the whole tour. It was a great experience, and to be honest, I wasn't born in Frederick, but seeing everything that happened and being able to have a deeper appreciation for where I live was a great experience, and I just want to learn more, and I'm confident that I will be able to with all these people around me that are ready to influence us and make sure we understand our history. I'm forever thankful for those who have paved the way before me, that took a leap into what they could not see, but had hope in the vision that we all experience today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And now I'd like to ask Sonja Brown Jenkins to come up. Oh, so sorry.
Good evening, everyone. And my job is really easy because part of my speech has already been, the CE talked about Dr. Bourne, the Youth Council, they talked about Dr. Bourne, and I was supposed to be talking about Mountain City Lodge, but I'm going to get started. In Arch, I am known as D. Jenkins. I know the county exec and Cavanti, they called me Sonja Brown Jenkins, but that's when I work here at Frederick County Government. I serve on the board of directors for ARCH, which is the African American Resource and Cultural Heritage Society. I bring you greetings from our president, none other than the Honorable Dr. Olivia White. I serve on the program committee and I lead the walking tours for ARCH. And my tours are primarily downtown Frederick, the All Saints Street area. I walk so much and I lead so many tours that people often ask me, do you do that for the county? No, I don't do that for the county, but sometimes, especially with our partnership with Frederick County Public Schools, I am out on the streets during the day. We offer tours on the fourth Saturdays from April through October, and we are exploring the idea of adding an additional tour. I can't tell you all about it, but it's really exciting, and it has a new modern twist. So be on the lookout for our new tour. And it'll probably start in the fall. Miss Rose is giving me the eye like, you can't tell them, you can't tell them. But this evening, I just want to speak briefly on the highlights of my tour. And one of the places that we stop is Mountain City Lodge. Mountain City Lodge is the Elks Lodge on West All Saints Street. Prior to being the Mountain City Lodge, it was a 15-bed hospital, which was founded by Dr. Bourne and Dr. Charles Brooks. But before I go there, I want to talk about the lodge because it's one of the few places that has been on that block for over 100 years. And that is a feat within itself in this community. And they have served that community for 100 years. So I just want to say thank you to Mountain City Lodge, to the brothers and the daughters for being there for all of us. Dr. Bourne, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Dr. Bourne, he treated both black and white patients. He did not discriminate, and they would pay him sometimes with food for service. I think now with the price of eggs, I don't think many of us would have been given eggs as prizes, or would he take them? He served the Frederick community in various civic organizations throughout his life. In his eulogy, Dr. Bourne, Dr. Cecil B. LaGrange of Asbury Methodist Church said he was a quiet, unassuming man, doing only those things which he felt were for the good of his people and the community in which he lived. Dr. Bourne was truly a Frederick legend, not just finding a hospital, but he also served this community. His son was a doctor. His daughter was a doctor. We talked about her in our proclamation. And his other daughter, Grace, was a nurse. So if you can, and you work for the county government, on next Friday, we're going to do a tour of downtown, and we're going to go through this area. We thank our John, and we thank Jessica for allowing us to do this during work hours. You know, a lot of times we don't get that type of privilege when you're working here, but they saw fit that we should do this and found that it was important during Black History Month that we get out there and tour this community. Now, I would be remiss if I did not mention this very important fact that on Monday, February the 24th, Arch, we're going to reach a milestone in our history. And we have to thank the city of Frederick for a lot of this. We will break ground, or really begin construction at the Heritage Center on East All Saints Street. And that's a big thing for us, because this has been a long time coming. Thank you. And so please, please, please be on the lookout for when the museum does open. Arch Society is proud to serve this community, members and visitors of all ages and cultural backgrounds who are interested in learning about and sharing their stories about African American history and heritage in Frederick County. We often say, until the story of the hunt is told by the lion, the tale of the hunter will always be glorified. Please come visit the museum and hear from the lion. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And a little tidbit about the lodge, about the Mountain Lodge, if you would like to go and celebrate later, they have karaoke starting at 7. Now, I'm going to move this because we are going to have a little entertainment. Okay. And it gives me great pleasure to introduce the Walkersville Step Group, advised by Dr. Camille Bell.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Camille Bell. I am an assistant principal at Walkersville High School. I've been at Walkersville now, this is my second year, and I have got to tell you a secret. The best part of my job is being the advisor to these beautiful young people at Walkersville. And when I say, we have a STEP program at Walkersville, people say, Walkersville? I say, yes. And a lady said, we've never had that at Walkersville. I said, because they never had me at Walkersville. So, I'm going to start by saying this. This is a very small space for us. So we will not be doing our normal theatrics. We're just going to give you some step tonight. All right? There is one rule, however. It is against the rules to sit quietly. If you sit quietly, I will turn them off. All right? So without further ado, please help me welcome the ladies and gentlemen of Walkersville High School STEP Team.
Attention! Step! We run the show! Step! Lines are on the stage, and you know we take two.
I'm sorry, I said it's against the rules to sit quietly. I need to hear you. Let's go, Frederick.
Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's get it! Let's go!
What we gonna do?
Well, that was spectacular. Let's give another round. And now it gives me pleasure to introduce Nolene Edmonds with Leading Edge Academy Dance.
Hello, everybody. Good evening. Good evening. My name is Nolene Edmond, and I'm the owner and founding artistic director of Leading Edge Academy of Dance. We are located on 40, and we have been there for almost about a year now. So yes, yes, yes. So at Lead, we are more than just about dance and movement. It's a language. It's the way that the students move, it's the way that we tell stories, and it's how we come together. So we are so excited and so honored that we've been asked to perform a piece for this, and everything about this piece embodies unity. We're so excited to show you guys this. We have our faculty member and choreographer, I'm looking for her, Miss Jamia Owens. Oh, there you are, right in front of me. So in creating this performance, Miss Jamia Owens, she actually challenged our dancers to explore what it truly means to stand together, to move as one, to lift each other up, to support one another. And this piece definitely represents that. So we are so grateful for Frederick County, and Miss Isela, thank you so much for inviting us to be a part of this celebration of Black history and culture. And we are beyond proud of our students for bringing this vision to life. So now we invite you to experience unity.
Myself and I. Nobody pray, Lord. Nobody pray. See, when I walks away down your home there by myself, and I nobody pray. Say, oh Lord, I nobody pray. Lord, I nobody pray. See, when I walks away down your home down by my side, and I nobody pray. Following this victory is the great relief, but it's not content to rain in that pleasure I fulfill. Say, oh Lord, ooh, I
Thank you so much. That was amazing. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. This concludes our program. We are so excited you came and spent your evening with us today. I hope you enjoyed yourselves, and we'll see you soon.